Hi, my name is Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to review a global fundraising and investor database of 400,000 contacts, and it's been grouped into 55 sectors if you're looking to raise funds, or if you're looking for key contacts in the investment field, this is the database for you. If you watch my previous videos, you know that you can click my Fiverr link below to get information on investor databases for venture capital, private equity, angel groups. I also help clients with pitch deck reviews. If you're getting ready to send your pitch deck out to investors, I have a service on Fiverr where I will review it for you. Approximately 80% of the pitch decks that I receive are not suitable to be sent out to investors. So this video highlights a comprehensive database of global investors and fundraising contacts with over 400,000 contacts grouped into 55 key sectors. So what type of contacts will benefit from this database? Well, this database can help startups and early stage firms. Those are entrepreneurs seeking funding to scale, refine, or drive innovative ventures forward. Real estate developers, professionals and firms in property development aiming to attract capital for their new or ongoing projects. Investment fund companies, those are organizations offering investment funds or opportunities looking to connect with affluent investors for capital infusion, and that's a big group of contacts that I've had in the last 3-4 months on Fiverr. Incubators and accelerators can also use the database. These are entities fostering startup growth aiming to widen their investor network for their portfolio companies. Business brokers, those are professionals facilitating business deals, seeking a comprehensive database to match businesses with the right investors. So this is a great database for people who are in the investment field. And event organizations, coordinators of high profile events, keen on curating an exclusive list of prominent investors and industry leaders. So a wide range, and I'm sure it's not 100% inclusive, but this is a very comprehensive database that will be suitable for many people looking to target individual sectors or a wider range opportunities. So let's take a look at the sectors really quickly one by one, and then we'll get into the individual price list towards the end of the video. So to agricultural investors, alternative investments database, analytics, angel investor database for angel groups in the USA, Asia Pacific investors, fashion and beauty sector, big data investors, biotechnology, blockchain investors, Canada investor database including all sectors, climate tech investors database, cloud computing, construction property development investors. So this is great for people that are launching large-scale real estate projects all around the world. Real estate investors, again, this is a smaller sector of individual real estate investors. Cybersecurity investors, digital media. I have a Dubai Venture Capital investor database, e-commerce database, EdTech or education investors, endowment funds, energy and energy tech, Europe investor database, family office investor database. I'll touch on this a little bit later, but it's the largest single database of both single and multifamily in family offices. It's taken about 3 years to compile, and there's no other database like it in the market. Fashion and beauty, FinTech, food and beverage, VIP investors database of founders and angels. So this is a database with both founders and angel investors all in one, so they're great targets for people launching startups. Growth capital databases, perfect database for companies that are in the later stages of their capital raising. Health and wellness, a hedge fund database for USA and Canada, a Hong Kong investor database, India information technology investors, Internet of Things, investment consultant database. So this is a database of leading institutional investment consultants. Machine learning, manufacturing, medical device investors. Our micro venture capital database, another great database for startups that are looking to raise under $300,000-$400,000. Middle East Investor Database. This is a very comprehensive database that's also listed on my price list later on. Mobile apps, pension fund database, private equity database, so that's quite a large one. REIT database, so that's real estate investment trusts. SaaS investors, software investors, a South America investor database, technology investors, so that's a wider, broader range. UK investor databases, USA seed capital, again that's a great list for startups, and broader venture capital databases. So let's take a look at the database prices. So now we're over on the database sector price list with the categories and the amount of contacts. And I'm just going to run through this reasonably quickly. There's about 55 different ones which you saw in the early part of the video. To start off with, this is 10,000 investor leads. This is a USA database, and this is a very special database that was picked for a client, and these are investors who clicked on investment opportunity ads in 2023. It's a premium sector list. There's 10,000 contacts. You can see the prices on the right hand side. The prices of the databases are going to range anywhere from $10 up to $750, and then there's bulk database I'll talk about later, but that's a premium database. Moving down, accelerators and incubators, there's about 7,500 of them. Database of African investors, and when I talk about certain major sectors, that basically means that all the sectors are included in that database. EdTech, alternative investments, analytics, angel groups, so that's another major sector. It's 1,500 firms, and they're perfect for people who are looking to raise under $500,000. Angel investors, individual, that's a premium list. 35,000 angel investors. I think it's the largest database of angel investors that you can possibly get. Now most of these are going to be LinkedIn's, but there are services on the internet where you can actually extract the emails from LinkedIn accounts. It's not very expensive, so if you're a professional marketer or professional fundraising, then you'll know how to use that. Again, most angel investor databases are going to have LinkedIn's. Artificial intelligence or machine learning, I probably get one request for that type of database every single day now. Asia Pacific, big data, biotechnology, blockchain, database of all candidate investors, so that includes hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, angel groups, more. Clean energy, climate tech, cloud computing, digital media, e-commerce, EdTech, endowment funds, energy, Europe, all, but not with UK. So that's 30,000. That's one of the best and largest databases you're ever going to get of all Europe. 20,000 LinkedIn and 9,000 emails. Family investment offices. That is the largest and best family investment office database you'll ever find. It took me 3 years to make. And basically what I do is I collect every single family investment office database on the market. There's probably 10 different websites that you can look at, and they all have pieces and portions, and the prices are very, very high. What I've done is consolidated them, and I've got about 10,000 contacts. So if you're looking for family investment offices, contact me and I will help you with that. Fashion and beauty, FinTech, food and beverage. This is founders and angels. This is a great list, another custom list I recently prepared. 8,500 founders and angels. A perfect list for people who want to contact angel investors, because at the end of the day, most founders are angel investors, and you're going to find that out when you do your fundraising, that the majority of people who have started companies successfully have also been investors in other companies. Growth capital, healthcare, hedge funds, 800 hedge funds, Hong Kong database, India, information technology, Internet of Things, database of USA and Canada investment consultants, so that's a great database for people who are wanting to network or to prevent investment opportunities, especially alternative investment opportunities, because that particular group manages a large amount of funds for their clients. Israel, life sciences, medical, micro venture capital, another great database for people who are looking for smaller amounts, again under 500,000 traditionally, 2,400 contacts. Middle East venture capital, 2,500, so that's venture capital, private equity, and some VIPs as well. Middle East premium high net worth, ultra high net worth investors. Now this is a special database which is a premium sector. It's got 30,000 contacts. Now the issue with that one is you're going to see on the bottom, you need to be a previous client of mine, and you need to be a Fiverr client in the business sector. You must have done at least 5 orders, and you must have a 4.9 star rating, and there's a reason for that. This is for select clients only. It's a very rare database, and it's not for the general public. Mobile apps, pension funds, private equity, 20,000 contacts. Real estate, that's more corporate real estate, so that's going to cover off about 1,100. REITs, SaaS, seed investors for the USA, again for people looking under $400,000, $500,000, and for the first fundraising campaign. South America, technology, UK all 15,000. So you saw Europe above without UK. So this is if you want to cover both the UK and Europe. USA all. This is a big database. 125,000 contacts, 40,000 emails, and it includes everything: venture capital, private equity, hedge funds, family investment offices, angel groups, investment banks, and so on and so on. And then there's straight venture capital for the USA, that's 15,000. Global venture capital, 50,000, so that's a wider database if you are looking to make contact with people in the venture capital field. So that covers off all the 55 individual campaigns. Now, all the databases included is a premium sector: 400,000 contacts, 140,000 emails, 198,000 LinkedIn's, 150,000 websites. That database is available for corporate grade clients only at a discount. Now, how you qualify for that? Well, you contact me on Fiverr, prove to me that you're corporate grade. You might have to give me some contact details of your firm. And the good thing is, if you're a corporate grade client, you know it. And if you're not a corporate grade client, you also know it. So that particular bulk deal will not be available for you. This is only for people who are in the fundraising business or in the higher end of the sector. Database notes. This is please read carefully part. The majority of the emails were verified in January 2023. But you will encounter some inactive ones. No person or company promises a 100% clean database, and neither do I, so make sure your expectations are realistic. The sectors have been chosen based on what they've stated in their original databases. However, there may be errors from time to time. When you're dealing with 400,000 contacts, it's impossible to manually check them all, and that's the only way you can actually provide 100% accuracy. And I will tell you, no one, no company, no one on the internet, no matter how big they are, has a database that gets manually cleaned. It just doesn't happen. The difference is I clean mine once a year, and in many cases the databases you see on the internet haven't been cleaned for 3, 4, 5 years. I know because I buy most of the ones to create these larger databases. There may be duplications in some of the lists. For example, a contact may appear in the technology list that's also in the FinTech list. So when you're looking for one of these databases, do not go blind. Contact me, tell me what you have, send me your pitch deck, let me know exactly what you want, and I'll put something together for you. It doesn't make sense for you to just say, hey, I want these 10, because there may be a fair bit of duplication in them. The prices listed are as is. For example, I do not assist with consolidation or removing duplicates. Again, if you buy 3 sectors, I'm not going to remove the duplicates for you. You can do that using Excel on your own, unless you'd like to pay an additional fee, so keep that in mind. LinkedIn addresses are not updated, however they are traditionally do not change over time. If you go from one company to the other, you're going to change your email address obviously with your company, but your LinkedIn's going to stay the same. And again, there are services on the internet that will convert these 198,000 LinkedIns, and they'll scrape for all the emails for them. And again, it's not that expensive. If you're in the fundraising business, you're going to be spending a few $100s in addition to whatever list you purchase from me anyway. Now, most of these databases are highlighted on my YouTube channel, which you're already watching. I also have about 190 videos, which many of them are in the individual sector, so you can check that out as well if you have time. If you purchase a pitch deck review, you're entitled to an individual sector database. That's one only free of charge. What does that mean? That means if you're in the cloud computing, then I would give you that database for free. So it's one per sector, or one client as well. If most emails are info ad or contact ad type and not personal business emails, however, there's about 15 to 20,000 that are their business emails. Again, if you click the websites on almost all the contacts, you're going to find the team page, and it's going to have updated information. And to finish off, if a list is marked as premium, then this is only available to 1, previous Fiverr buyers of mine, and 2, Fiverr business clients with a 4.9 star buyer rating, a minimum of 5 orders. And there's a reason for that, is to limit the amount of people that have access to what I would call premium lists. It stops spamming, it stops the deterioration of the database, and because they're premium and databases you can only get from me, you can't get them anywhere in the world. I want to keep them to a smaller group of potential contacts. So again, you cannot get that database unless, again, if it's marked premium. So you can see here, and by the way, this is also subject to change, the 10,000 investor leads, the angel investors, the 35,000 contacts, the Middle East ultra high net and high net worth investor database, 30,000 contacts, and the corporate grade one here. So those databases are only available if, 1, you're a previous buyer of mine, and or, again, this is upon discretion as I go through my lists, a Fiverr business client with a 4.9 star buyer rating, minimum of 5 orders. And the reason being is I do not want to sell that database to somebody who's been on Fiverr, maybe ordered 3 or 4 different things off other people, has a poor rating of being a buyer, or has a poor rating of rating sellers, because that generally gives you a good idea of what that particular client is like. And since this is my Fiverr account, I have the ability to be able to make sure that I'm dealing with the top echelon of buyers. Majority of the people that contact me for these type of lists are corporates. They're investment banks, they're people in the financial services industry. They're not going to be somebody that just registered on Fiverr a week ago or a month ago, maybe he's bought a couple things off of someone, and so therefore just keep that in mind. There are a couple lists that you will have to go through a vetting process. And lastly, prices and options are subject to change. These prices are as of September 2023. No refunds on database sales. For more information on these, contact me via my Fiverr link below. Click my Fiverr link below for more information. Thank you for watching this video.